And these are so cute. Look. Look at that hat.
Everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Everybody just do your thing.
Hey Yarnie friends. Today we are going to be talking about yarn, of course, because this channel is all about yarn. And my name is Ginger. I am the Yarn Geek. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about what I did with those yarns that I got from Premier, and kind of explain to you guys what I think of the yarn, how it feels. I love it. I love it all. You guys know that. But maybe it'll go into a little more detail. So let's go take a look. I got these 3 6-weights. Beautiful, aren't they? The Parfait Chunky, Premier Parfait Chunky, Premier Faux Fur to make 1 or 2 hats out of. And then I got the 2 Karmas to make at least 1 hat out of. And those are 5 weights. And then this is a 4 weight. So I've got the major weights represented. The glitter, it's kind of hard to see the glitter under the lights, but yeah, there's the glitter, and then the 3 weight. Okay, which one are we gonna use first? So I've got my crochet hooks that I'm gonna be using, some of my favorite Furls crochet. I've got one of the resin ones. Oh, this is kind of a fun game here on the wooden table. And I like the wooden ones. The wooden ones are my favorite. We'll start with 3, go to 4, 5, 6. So this is the 3 light. It's 50% recycled cotton, 20% recycled polyester. And, oh, it feels so good. I'm gonna pull it right out the middle. Oops. Well, here, let's get this little guy out of the way. I'm just gonna wrap him a couple of times around the middle. Tuck him in there. Gonna go in there. Grab them out of the middle. There we go. Wow, that was pretty good. And since this is a 3 weight, I'm going to use my 4.5 millimeter. It is a G+. Since I'm going to be making hats with all these, I'm going to just start and do the first few circles of one of those Acorn Beanie hats. So do a magic circle. And I mean, I'm not going to crochet the whole hat, but I am going to tell you how I think it crochets and how it feels. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do like how this feels. 8. I mean, it's not like super duper soft, and I love those colors. What did it say this color was? It said this color was purple. This is the color purple. Should have known. Okay, so then I'm gonna do my invisible join over here. This, any marks you see on this table is from raising 4 boys and 3 girls using this table. This was our old dining room table, and it's got life. It's seen some things, you guys. It has seen some things. Okay, so now we will try a double crochet, a front post double crochet. Yeah, but it's not in any way rough. And I'll have to check the price on this. I think it was pretty inexpensive. Yeah, I would get this yarn again. Of course, we'll need to see all the hats that I make out of this yarn. And I'm going to make them all what is it? With the 8 circle, starting with 8 double crochets in the middle. So you'll get to see the difference of what making that particular pattern, that hat pattern, looks like in the 3 different sizes, and I'll give you the measurements and all that. But like I've said before, you know, hat measurements so much depend on your personal tension that you have in your hands, the size crochet hook you use, the size yarn you use. So, you know, when you follow patterns and all that, we're getting there. It's like, okay, I've got the approximate size of yarn and size of hook. Now I've just got to play around and see how my individual gauge and all that kind of tension works with it. Ooh, that's looking pretty. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yarn hat porn. So there's that so far. That's my 3-weight yarn with a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. So I'll set that one off to the side, and I'm going to work on this one. Oh, check it out. Gonna pull it right out of the butt. Woo! That was so easy. That was awesome. I think I might just leave that tag on there for right now. 5.5, I forgot the names of all these Furls hooks. The wooden ones are my all-time favorite. I don't know why I love the wood so much. I just think they're so beautiful. But they've got some great colors too. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so this is the Premier Anti-Pilling Everyday Worsted Gradient Glitter. 360 yards, 98% anti-pilling acrylic, 2% metallized polyester. Oh, it's a 4 medium weight. Okay, let's get started. Do I want to start it from the top down, going from lighter to darker? Oh boy, I think I want to go from darker to lighter. Okay, well then we're going to do this. I didn't even think about that. Oh, one good thing that I love about Premier yarn is that the labels have measure. Look, you have a ruler with you. Okay, I am going from the outside, you guys, because I want to go from darker to lighter. Okay, so this is a 4-weight. It seems almost the same as this 3-weight that I just used. Like, I see no difference. So, you know, you really have to look at the yarn that you're using. It's not that the people who rate them are wrong. It's just that, you know, they can vary. So, you know, I am going to use a 5.5 millimeter with this just because it says it's a 4-weight. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to start with a magic circle. I'm going to make the same kind of thing I'm making for the other one. So on these two, there weren't much of a difference. I mean, this one's a little bigger, but I would expect it to be, you know, noticeably bigger since this is a 4-weight and this is a 3-weight. But that's okay. Just know that this, the Gradient Anti-Pilling, is a smaller 4-weight. I would compare it to maybe one of the Sparkle Mandalas. I think those are 3-weight when I use it. So that's how I am with that. This feels like it could be more of a 4-weight than a 3-weight, just because of the this is a smoother yarn and this is a more woolly feeling yarn, I guess. Okay, let's try the 5-weight. We've got a double feature of Karma. We've got the Premier Purple, Karma Ombre, no, it's Cadet. Karma Cadet. And they are both produced with airflow technology. So you should be able to feel some airflow on your head if I make a hat out of this. 174 yards and acrylic, cotton, and nylon blend. 51% acrylic, 34% the cotton, 15% nylon. Okay, let's start with the purple. I will take this off. Oh, you know what I noticed on this one? This one does not have the internal ruler. So, yikes. That's okay. We've got the other ones. This is really nice. It feels really, really smooth to crochet. It's very soft. It feels almost like, feels like a small 6-weight, kind of like Karen cotton cakes, or not cotton cakes, anniversary cakes, but it is a 5-weight. Yeah, see, it is a 5-weight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I am going to not be making these with the 8 increase rows. I'm only going to make these to the 6 increase rows, because otherwise the 5-weight and the 6-weight with an 8 increase row or 8 increase rows would make just a huge hat that wouldn't fit anybody except a big watermelon head. So, you know, there's that. Yeah. So, oh, I love crocheting with this. And it works great if you have Furls wooden crochet hooks. In this particular, this is amazing. This works so well. This one can't be pulled too hard when you're pulling that center magic circle ring too snug. I can fix this when I get home and I have my smaller weaving in needles. I want to show you the difference between the 5-weight, the 4-weight, and the 3-weight when you have 3 done. Now this one, I might try another 4-weight that I already have in just a few minutes after I finish the 6-weight yarn so I can show you. For the Premier Parfait Chunky is the 6-weight I'm using. 6 weight, super bulky. It doesn't have any kind of, like, fluff isn't flying off of it while I'm crocheting with it, which is good. Sometimes the Premier Dollar Tree chenille has a little fluff flying off of it, or especially when you try to frog it. I mean, but it's not bad. This doesn't have any. I've got the 6 weight, the 5 weight, the 4 weight, which actually feels more like a 3 weight, and the 3 weight, which feels like a 3 weight. And so it's going to take less time to make this hat than it's going to take to make this hat. And I am going to just do 6 increase rows on these, and I'm going to do the full 8 increase rows on these before I start going down the sides. Okay, I'm gonna get to it. Okay, so I got this far. I measured it across. It's the end hook, the 9 millimeters, a little big. It's making it 7.5 inches across already right now, and this is only the 5th round. So I think I could see it's kind of holy right there. I'm going to go down to, this recommends an 8 millimeter hook, so I believe I'll go down to an 8 millimeter hook and see how it works with that. And oh boy, you get to see how this frogs. It actually frogs quite nicely. Like, none of it's getting caught. There's no stuff flying off. There's no fluff flying off. So yeah, gets an A on the frog. Alrighty, there was no fluffage flying. Okay, so I didn't get an 8 millimeter, but I did get an L, which is Furls. L is a 7 millimeter. And I am going to use this because I do have a looser tension. So when I use a 7.5, it's almost like I'm using an 8. But you do you, I'll do me, and we'll see what we've got here. I'm here in the car, I'm taking a lunch break, and I have brought this Premier Just Yarn worsted as the 4 weight to gauge my other 4 weight yarn by the glitter gradient or whatever it's called. So that's what I've gotten out of my haul up to now. But this was not from my haul. Just just these things, but not that. Hello, Yarnie friends. Welcome to my colorful Yarnie world of spectacularness. Today, I'm going to be showing you some of the things I made with the premiere yarn I got last week. Oh, God. So this one is a child size hat. This will not fit on my noggin. It is premiere. So this is 18-inch circumference. This is maybe a preteen size hat. And it will not fit on my head. So I'm not gonna put it on. Oh, hello. But this yarn, you guys, look at this yarn. I want you to see how the twirly looks. I love this gradient yarn, how it just very, very gradually fades. And you can see I didn't even hit the lightest parts. So I'm gonna make another one. I might make a headband. I'm not sure, or like an ear warmer. I'm not sure what I'm gonna use. But this is from one cake of the Premier Everyday Worsted Gradient Glitter. Scale of 1 to 10. I mean, seriously, 11. Now, I can't necessarily give this the highest score. I mean, if it said that it was a 3 weight, maybe then yes, I don't know. This seems like a very, very small 4 weight. To me, it behaved like a 3 weight, and it feels like a 3 weight. I would use it in any project that I needed 3 weight yarn for. But it says it's 4 weight. So, I'm not holding anything against it. I still am in love with it. So, it's so soft. It really is premier. Now this, which was definitely a 3 weight yarn, I thought, oh, okay, well, since this is a 3 weight yarn, I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Well, I made it a little too big. If you like your hats a little bigger, it's really not that bad. It's like a 10.5 inches across, so it's a like 21-inch circumference, and I have a fairly large head. This hat used every single bit of the yarn except for this. I won the game of yarn chicken. The hat turned out perfect. I mean, look how perfect that is. A reply, 50% acrylic, 30% cotton, 20% recycled polyester, all recycled. I love this yarn. I actually want to get every color of this yarn and every color of this yarn. It's just something I want to do. Okay, now these two right here, I want to get every color of these too. And oh, did you see I put little tags on these? Yes, I'm adding these to my store tonight, right after I weave in all the ends and take pictures. And these are so cute, look. Look at that hat. You can make these too. You can make these hats and the hats I just showed you, because I did put a tutorial up. And I will have the link to it in the description of this video. But you can make these hats also. They take, once you get used to making them, they take about 2 hours to make. Like, not long at all. And this one's a little, it's the same around, it's just a little bit longer. I think I made it a couple rows longer. And this is more like like a slouchy, I guess. Look, I like these little tags because they have little, like, they're like, oh, I'm a little sheep standing at the edge of the hat. Okay, there's that. But this yarn is amazing. It's 5-weight, so easy to work with. And since I only did 6 rounds on these hats took maybe about an hour and a half to make. Really, the thing that takes longest about the hats to make is the ruffle brim. If you just take it and go all the way alpine stitch down, but why would you want to like not have that ruffle? Especially with the Karma yarn. My favorite yarn that I made these hats with is definitely the Karma yarn. Okay, now this one is the chenille. Love this. It's like a Santa style hat. Now this faux fur yarn, this is called the, oh yeah, Premier Faux Fur. I want to compare it to another faux fur yarn I have. I think this is Loops and Threads Faux Fur. And you know how the regular faux fur is like that? You know, it has it all over all the sides. The faux fur on, this Premier Faux Fur is on one side. And the thing I like about this was I was able to keep crocheting with the same size crochet hook. And I didn't have to like change stitches or anything like that. I didn't, like, this wasn't too big for the yarn I was using. And I could continue using the same hook. And this is what it looks like with that chenille. Now with this one, what I did was, of course, with the faux fur, I didn't want to make the ruffles because that would just be too much with fur. The fur kind of does the work itself, just by the mere fact that it's fur. So that's what I made with these Premier yarns. And try them out yourself. I tried them out and felt them and touched them, so you don't have to. Now, if I did not cover anything that you want to know about these yarns in between this video and the last video I made where I did the yarn haul kind of show and tell for these hats, please let me know. And I will let you know all that I can about these yarns. Which one do you like the best? I can't decide. I like them all the best. I love them all the best. You all have a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching. And please, if you like this video, click that like button. If you love yarn and love this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss a second of Yarnie fun.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.